Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and wow, there's been, over the last day or so, there's been a ton of stuff going on. Lots of news, lots of leaks, lots of weird shenanigans, so make sure you are subbed to the channel so you don't miss anything. We put out Dokkan videos every day, so as you saw from the title, shout out to my boy Air Dokkan yet again. Make sure you're following him if you want all of the up-to-date Dokkan news. He's posted a lot of the stuff that people have been making videos based on over the last few days. So if you want that news straight from the source, make sure you're following him on Twitter. But yeah, due to the bug currently present on Global, the planned World Tournament has been postponed. So as you can see here, it just says updated, postponed due to the issue with support items. So let me actually bring up that tab here real quick. So yeah, we'll look at Garesh's tweet here, because he posted the screenshot. So this was after the second maintenance on Global yesterday. We had that long maintenance that was extended multiple times, and then the game was up for, what was it, like an hour? Maybe an hour and a half, and then it went back into maintenance again, because a whole bunch of events had been completely removed. And then when the game came back, a bunch of events are still missing. And then yeah, we had this update that using support items in pretty much any mode in the game was causing the game to crash. And so they still hadn't fixed the issue, but they put the game back up, so I guess at least so we could still do something. This meant I was at least able to stream and do the Gogeta EZA, as well as doing the Blue Kaioken one, so we could EZA the AGL Goku. So shout out to everyone who came out to the stream, that was pretty fun. But yeah, Garesh posted this, don't use support items, and like, oh look, the World Tournament is coming up. So we did have a few jokes about that on the stream, but yeah, it seems like that has now been postponed, but we have no idea until when. So this was the 36th World Tournament for Global. A couple of things about this World Tournament. I was kind of looking forward to it, because one thing I've spoken about a little bit on the channel, and this isn't about my meme about how World Tournament is better than Chain Battle, even though it is, but for me, because I'm able to play Dokkan quite a lot when I'm at work, because I have a desk job, I work IT, I can have my phone, it's very easy for me to just be able to sit and do stuff like that. So for me, when the World Tournament is on a weekend where I'm working, then it's all off to the races, right? I can grind like all day because I'm just at work anyway. Whereas if I'm not working at the weekend, I like to go out and do things, like do things with Mrs. Ningen, all that kind of stuff. So I can't just sit and play the World Tournament for like 9 hours straight, whereas I can do that when I'm working. So I was going to be working this weekend. So this was one of those World Tournaments where I was kind of happy that it had fallen on that particular schedule. And obviously the big thing for me, last World Tournament I didn't go too ham, so I only got the, I came second in my local, so I only got one copy of Demon King Piccolo. On the first World Tournament where he was available, I did come first, so that means I now have my Demon King Piccolo at 79%. So on this next World Tournament, I need to go ham and finish first in the local, so that I can get the last 2 copies in order to rainbow him. Because that will potentially help out with the Extreme Tech no items run. Obviously Truth has done it, but like every single unit on his team was rainbow, and I've tried it multiple times with the same team, but with a lot of units that only have like 1 or 2 dupes, and boy, it is it is incredibly difficult. So getting those extra 2 dupes for Demon King Piccolo would obviously be very nice. And then when it comes to the new units as well, so we got the Goku that is the actual reward card, and then this Int Gohan is finally getting an awakening. So this Goku is actually really good. He's one of these newer World Tournament units that is super good, even pre-awakening. So attack and defense 120 is already really good. High chance of launching up to 2 attacks, each of which has a medium chance of becoming a super. So on the best RNG turn, he'll super attack 3 times. He raises attack for 1 turn on his super as well, so that 3rd super is going to do even more damage. And then he gets an additional attack and defense 5% with each attack performed, up to 50%. So again, if you get one of those turns where he triple supers, the 3rd one he's already getting an extra 15% attack buff, plus the raising attack. And then he has a medium chance to dodge built in, which is what, 30%? Yeah. So he's really good. The only downside to him is because of his links, he's obviously kind of designed to be on a Dragon Ball Saga team. but he shares the same name as the Goku who is the leader for that team, which is kind of unfortunate. So obviously with the same name update around the corner, this guy will actually be really good for that team. You can't link him up with the Int Goku, but you could quite easily use him on the opposite rotation as like a very solid unit. And again, remember, this is pre-awakening, so the World Tournament units do take a while to get awakenings after they first come out, but some of them have gotten awakenings that have been really, really good. So obviously this guy has the potential in the future to be even more crazy. And then we're getting an awakening for this Int Armor Gohan. I don't know why I opened up on this page. I'm sure I clicked on this one, but there you go. So this guy, I always thought he was kind of decent. I did a showcase for him when he very first came out, and I was kind of surprised back then how good he was in that meta. Obviously nowadays, not so much, but his awakening is pretty good. Supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack and defense by 30% for 6 turns. So because this stacks multiple times, he's able to get his stats up to a fairly reasonable level. And then he gets Ki +3, attack and defense 60%. An additional attack and defense 60% when performing a super attack. So putting him in slot 1 is not ideal, but once he's attacked, he's getting up to around 120%, which is good. And then he gets an additional attack 60% for 3 turns after receiving an attack. So again, like, his attack can jump up really high. And then Android / Cell Saga category allies attack plus 20%. So you can even use him as a support unit on the right team build. So there's a couple of things I was definitely looking forward to in this World Tournament. Obviously for me and a lot of people, one of the reasons why I go ham on the World Tournament is as long as you finish in the top 1000, you start to get a bunch of free orbs. And in the weekends where I'm actually able to go pretty hard, I normally manage to finish in at least the top 200, sometimes the top 100. And when you look at the amount of orbs you get here, it's very, very good. Plus you get those extra copies of the Goku, so you can open up his paths, feed a few in for super attack. There are a couple of farmable Kid Gokus as well, so you are actually able to farm up his super attack rather than spending Kais on him. So a couple of good things coming for the World Tournament. But yeah, it has been delayed, so no idea when it's actually been delayed until. It just says postponed due to the issue with support items, but there's nothing really in the news to indicate when that's going to be fixed. I'm assuming that the game is going to require another maintenance in order for the issue to get fixed, but obviously that's not ideal. We just spent pretty much all of yesterday with the game in maintenance, so it's not really something we want to happen again, but you know, it's a pretty serious issue that needs to be fixed. A bunch of the game modes are missing, like the game modes that are there, you can't use items or the game crashes. So realistically, the game is just not up in working order. So they need to do something to get it fixed. And the World Tournament being postponed is better than nothing, because the whole point of this, which I probably should have mentioned at the start, and if you haven't guessed already, is the World Tournament, if you really want to grind it and you want to hit those high tiers, you've obviously got to keep up your win streak and just keep winning over and over again at times 30 difficulty. And so there are strategies that you can use, like bringing the SR Jacko and Chaozu, who stun the entire enemy rotation, and then you bring your team full of like AoE units. But the problem is, especially on times 30, is when you get to the final, even if the enemy doesn't super attack you, the amount of damage they do to you is really, really high. So if you get a turn where you don't have Jacko or Chaozu, and then the enemy is attacking you in the first slot, potentially 2 or 3 times, you have to use an item that turn, or it's pretty much guaranteed that you die, unless you have like a mega tank in slot 1. But most of the strategies for bringing full AoE teams, you don't bring a crazy good tank like that. So if on that turn, if you don't use an item, you die. So in the current situation that we're in now, where you can't use an item, you would just die, and then that would be the end of that run. You would lose your win streak, and then you have to start building up again. So if you were someone who only cared about getting to like the 23 million points to get a free copy of Goku, or the full 30 million points to complete all the missions and get some extra Kais and stuff, you would still be able to do it, but obviously every time you die, it then takes you slightly longer to build up the points. But if you're someone who's actually going for a high ranking, this would make it really, really hard. You'd be completely at the mercy of RNG every single time you get to like the semi-final and the final, to just hope that you either have Jacko or Chaozu, or you're not getting attacked in slot 1. So it would be an absolute nightmare. So whilst it's not ideal, them postponing it probably is the right idea. Hopefully they can get this issue fixed quickly, because we don't want the game to be in this kind of state. So as a proud global main, it makes me very sad that this is currently going on. But let me know what you think down below. Do you think delaying the World Tournament was the right idea? Obviously, we would rather they just fix the issue, but if they can't fix it straight away, then delaying the World Tournament, I think, is a good idea. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.